what's up? I saw a bunch of people making plushies on TikTok, and I decided, you know what? I can do that. I could totally do that. Um, I found this website called Plushify, and that rules. So essentially, what I was planning here is to make like a little 3D model of my goat, Millie, and yeah, it's based off my real goat, which the references helped a lot, and it also helps that she already is kind of a small round shape. So I have ZBrush open here, and I just started sculpting her face and throwing stuff together, and I started painting on it to get her patterns in here, so I could kind of see how I want the final product to look. But also, like, I don't know why I spent so much time on the markings, because they didn't export to Blender, and I did not use them to mark any seams in my pattern. But yeah, I'm just kind of sculpting her out. I throw a little ball shape in for her body, kind of smooth out the back so it's a little more flat. I don't know how to make hooves, so I just gave her four little peg leg looking things, and a little tail. Pretty easy. I wanted to start with something easy because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know how to use ZBrush, and I know how to use Blender like a little bit. I made her head bigger. I didn't want it so big that she would flop over, but also like the shorter and the fatter and the squishier you make something, the cuter it is. And I wanted it to be adorable. So her markings are really also, there's symmetry. Her markings aren't symmetrical, but like, bro, her legs have so much complexity to them, and I was struggling, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna simplify it. Again, I don't know why I took so much time working on the pattern, because here it is in Blender, and it's just a blank slate. I tried to decimate this to put it in this program, and it didn't work, and I was sad, and I didn't understand. So I went in and I thought, I'm gonna re-topologize this, because the topology was insanely high resolution from ZBrush, and then I decimated it, and so now it's just really messy. So I essentially just like put a new plane in there and then started building, like modeling the goat again, and I just have it snapped to the original sculpt of it so that it maintains some of the like detail. I don't have to completely sculpt it again, but I'm basically just spending a long ass time cleaning things up and really making sure that the like edge loops and stuff are clean, so that when I go to mark my seams, it's not going to be super annoying. There's just going to be the topology is going to match where the seams go. And you know what? I still suck at retopology. I've done it a few times for different little projects, but like there's always something with Blender that's confusing, you know? I decided to make the legs flat in an attempt to make it able to stand up and also look more like hooves. I was really lazy with the legs in ZBrush, so I'm being less lazy in Blender. I tried to upload this new retopologized version. It still didn't work. And I was like, dang it, why? So, yeah, the problem here is that I haven't marked any edge loops in Blender. So I keep trying. I keep trying. And also here the symmetry is messed up because I deleted the original version, and that's what I had my symmetry modifier getting the symmetry from. So now it's like kind of folding in on itself in the middle, and I'm still trying to mark these fucking seams in this program. It's not working. You don't have to do any of this. This is dumb. I'm trying. So then I realized I started marking the edge loops, and I realized the symmetry is fucked in Blender too. So I fixed that. Thankfully, I hadn't like applied the symmetry mod, so I added a new plane in, and I set it to symmetrize to that. And then I spent a bunch of time trying to get the fucking middle part to clip to itself and stop trying to split my goat in half. And then I realized I didn't fill in the feet. And I finally merged all the centered vertices and stopped them from being apart. And then I marked the seams in a place where it's easy, because I did all the rituology to actually be where I wanted to mark the seams for this plushie. And I hope that it works, because I don't know how to mark the seams for a plushie. I'm just kind of going with where I think it would go. And so I exported it, and it still didn't work. And it still had that fucking plane in there. I should have deleted the plane, especially now that I've like applied the modifier. And it's still not working, because I needed to unwrap it in Blender. See there, unwrapped it in Blender and exported it, and now, so look, it works. Oh, it's so cute. Look at the cute little Millie. Yeah. And so I didn't name any of these pattern pieces. I went back in and did this after. I didn't record it, but you have to name these, or else it's so confusing. I was looking through the files the first time, and I was like, how am I supposed to know what any of these parts are if they're not labeled? So yeah, I just went in afterwards and labeled all that. But yeah, I don't know anything about colors or markings. I don't know. So I didn't do it. But yeah, you can pick how big you want it to be. I thought that's really ambitious. So I made it a bit smaller, but then I was like, well, now I want a big one. So I didn't make it that much smaller. And yeah, you can move it around the room. I don't know how big that couch is compared to my couch, but yeah, if the guy is the same size as me, that's awesome. Yeah, and you can go print it. You can give them money if you want. I probably should. But I'm also not very money. So yeah, then you can print it, and you can print it directly to your printer, or you could do what I did and save it as a PDF and then send it to someone who has a printer. And that's it. You get, and then I'm sure there's going to be a whole process of cutting shit up and lining shit up. I ain't even got the pattern printed. I'm just so excited. But, you know, I'll make another video when I get to sewing this whole fucking thing. I'm just so excited I know how to make these patterns. That's so cool. If this one works out, I'm making a shit ton more. Okay, bye.